Greetings, everybody. This is Brian Tarian here with Josh Blue. Josh, how are you today?
I am awesome.
Good to hear it. I want to thank you for taking the time. There's a lot of people that are excited to hear from you. And, for those that don't know Josh, you are a true inspiration for people with disability or anybody in general for that matter, and what you've accomplished with your stand-up comedy act and your work that you've done with the U.S. Paralympic soccer team. So I'm not going to spend all of our time today going through your bio because I would burn up my 15 minutes that I have with you. So
yeah, it's quite a resume I've accumulated over the years,
Yeah, you have. Well, I commend you for that. Listen, this is what we've done is I've gone out and surveyed, members of our website and our community about what they would really, if they had a chance to ask Josh Blue one question, what would it be? So what I did, Josh, is I kind of shook it down into really, interestingly enough, it goes into two categories. So I'm going to fire away and see if you can shed some light on what people want to know about you, okay?
Sounds good to me.
So here's the first area of interest that people are curious about, and I've heard you respond to this question before, but I'm going to ask it again. What made you or inspired you to get into comedy?
Oh, my whole life, people just tell me that I was funny and quick-witted, and I love making people laugh. I realize it's what I'm good at, and what a cool avenue to take it down is stand-up, You get to reach so many people doing it, and it's just a natural fit for me.
So any inspirations or encouragement, family members, peers that helped you, pushed you, kicked you along the way?
Oh, yeah, my friends and family obviously a huge influence in my life. They're the ones that were telling me that I was funny, and, my family, as I was, I'm the quiet one in my family.
Oh, boy. Yeah, wow.
I can barely get a word in edgewise with those people.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you're the quiet one, you must have some entertaining family get-togethers.
Yeah, they're quite interesting, everybody in my family is at least trilingual. So, our family get-togethers are quite colorful.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't all necessarily speak the same languages, so that's always fun.
Trilingual, what are the three?
I speak French and Wolof, which is the native language of Senegal. That's where I lived when I was 15, and I've been back there a few times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, one of my sisters speaks Spanish, and another one speaks Italian, and my dad actually speaks 13 languages. So
wow.
It's pretty insane.
So your international exposure, is that how you picked up the wonderful game of football, or as we call it in the States here, soccer?
Yeah, everywhere else in the world, soccer was huge, and, living in Africa, that was a great way to communicate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you can do a soccer trick, people, that's as good as, greeting in another language.
Yeah. It's a beautiful sport.
Yeah, I love it.
When you were looking at starting your act and going out and doing stand-up, what was it that allowed you to see how to bridge the gap between the disability or living with a disability, and how to turn that and influence people and make them aware of disability and disability issues in a very nice, polite, comic way that you do it. How'd you come up with all that?
Oh, man, I'm just really talking about my own life and my own experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like a calculated thing. I mean, sure, I put a little thought into it now, but when I was just telling stories from my life, and it is kind of a tightrope walk that I do, Disability is a sort of taboo subject in our culture, and you know, I'm just so comfortable with who I am. You don't have a right not to be, you know.
Yeah. Well, and that's the way it should be. It's drastically misunderstood, and the work that you do has certainly created awareness and has loosened people up to it. You know, I speak for myself. I've worked with people with disabilities for several years, and you know, I always explain to people that inside of every individual, it doesn't matter what their limitation is, there's typically something that's powerful. And that's what needs to be looked at. So I commend you for that. So, and in doing the work and in learning to go through and have the success that you've had as a stand-up, was there a particular training, or when Josh gets on stage, that's the same dude that you see at the family get-together?
Well, you know, I'm a little bit more soft-spoken off stage. You know, when I have the microphone, that really is my time to shine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I mean, people say, "Hey, I never act." Well, I wasn't acting. That's the real deal.
Yeah. Awesome. And you know, the real key thing is, apart from, you know, how'd you get into the industry and that is a general message, tip, advice, inspiration for others that, you know, have conditions and disabilities that perhaps you could share with them. And let me put it to you this way. There's a lot of people out there that have aspirations. And not just people with disabilities, able-bodied people too, but everybody. And there is something that you have that is unique, that has inspired you to achieve. And there's a recipe there that Josh has. What can you share with us about that? What are the ingredients that have made you, you know, what you are and what's going on with you?
You know, I think it is just the fact that I don't like other people to tell me what I can't do. So, like, you know, tell me you'll never succeed in this business. Well, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do everything I can to prove you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also the thing is, like, I look at it this way. If there's ever anything that I don't accomplish, it's not because of the disability. It's just because I'm lazy. You know? That's it, you know? You can be able to do anything you want. I mean, obviously I'm not going to give birth anytime soon, but...
Well, that would really impress me, as well as a lot of other people, yeah.
I don't want to do that. That sounds painful.
Yeah. So, what you're saying is if you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah, and it sounds really cheesy. Like, I'm not one to be cheesy, but it's so true. Like, I mean, there's no reason why you can't be successful at what you want. Like, I don't know, I hear people all the time go, you know, I wanted to be a painter instead of work at Quest or whatever. I'm like, well, why don't do you have any paint? Have you tried it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of talking about what you want to do, just do it, you know?
Yeah. You know, I'm
talking about all the things you could have done, you're wasting your time and when you could be actually doing it.
Even for people with extreme conditions or disabilities like a fibromyalgia sufferer, that, I mean, they have flares that'll have them down for a few days, but those days that they're up, you know, put them to good use. That's the message, right?
That's it, exactly. I mean, you know, obviously everyone has their limitations in whatever it is, but know what you're good at and use that as much as you can.
Yeah, now, do you use, I mean, is there anything else that's in there that drives you? I mean, are you a reader? Do you gather influence and inspiration from other sources to, you know, to develop this?
You know, I'm a real slow reader. I'm actually more of an audio learner.
Mm-hmm.
And that just comes into play day to day, you know, walking around, hearing things, or, you know, the best school you can have is experience and going out and just being in the moment, in the world, and being an active part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn more from that. I think when I was 15, like I said, I lived in Africa. I'm pretty sure I learned more in that 1 year that I did of all those prior years in school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I learned about life, and I learned sometimes things aren't fair, and I learned that sometimes they're more fair than they should be.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I appreciate that. So what's next? What's going on with you on the stand-up front? Are you out on tour? Where can we send people to see you?
Yeah, you know, I'm in Omaha right now. I got 5 shows this weekend. I'm constantly touring. I'll be in Kansas City next week and Houston the week after that. I'm pretty much booked all the way through next year. I got gigs booked already.
Mm-hmm.
So, usually where I go to find out where I'm going is MySpace.
When you want to find out your own itinerary, you go to MySpace. So MySpace is updated more than your JoshBlue.com, eh?
No, you know, they're both updated equally, but MySpace is a little more interactive.
Okay. You know, you've been everywhere. I saw the other night that you've even been up to Maine doing a show.
Yep, I'm going there again.
Are you?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. Well, when you come through the Northeast, I'll come on by and check you out. So we'll send people to MySpace. What I'll do at the bottom of this, Josh, of this interview, is I'll put a link to your pages so so folks can come on by and check you out. So that wraps up that part. What about on the football front? What's going on? Are you still playing?
Yeah, you know, unfortunately we did not qualify for Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a soccer camp coming up here in June. It's nice to switch the gears, you know, play some football and use your body for what it was made for, and run around and smash into people and score goals. And it's a nice change of pace from the constant touring.
And where's your camp?
We're in the Olympic Training Center in San Diego.
Okay. And the camp is targeted to?
It's just for the soccer team.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't run camps, like educational camps for other players?
No, this is actually my team's training camp.
Gotcha. Yeah. Good. Great. Well, listen, if you ever come through Vermont, pick up a Sunday at 4, right? We have a good run. We'd love to have you out. So.
I'd love to come play.
Yeah, that'd be great. So, listen, I want to respect your time that you have today. I know you're a very busy person, and really appreciate the time that you spent, the work that you do, the message that you have. So keep on keeping on, man. All right?
Man. Thank you.